Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Darren coming at you with another DOJ Fleet Friday video, and as you can see by the banner behind me, we are here for you. This is the Los Santos Police Department, and this will be the new department that I am showcasing in this Fleet Friday series. Now, with that being said, without further ado, the two vehicles that I have the honor of bringing you guys today is going to be the Crown Victorias, the Ford Crown Victorias within the Los Santos Police Department. Now, I do not have a year for these two vehicles. I did search and I could not find what year these two are for. Now, a very distinct difference between these two CVPIs right off the bat is going to be this light bar right here, which is going to be more of a LED style, more of a sleek type light bar, more lower profile, as low of a profile as you can have with a light barred fully marked police car with a ram bar. And then obviously this is going to be more of a bulbed, much larger light bar, probably giving off more light, but this is going to be brighter and more intense, obviously, because it's LED. Now, with that being said, moving on, we do have, I have no idea what kind of light bar this is. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but sorry, push bar. I have no idea what kind of push bar this is, and it looks like it's going to be the same over here. What, I cannot even read what that says. I want to say it says something Rhino, but I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to keep it at a I don't know. Now, this vehicle right here, this vehicle with the more bulb style light bar is going to be unlocked at the rank of police cadet. So this is going to be the first vehicle, along with the Explorer that we will showcase in a later episode, that you unlock when joining the Lspd within the Department of Justice Roleplay community. This vehicle, however, is going to be unlocked at the rank of Police Officer 1. So if you have never watched a Fleet Friday video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these vehicles out of their bay, pull them out here, go over all the extras that they have to offer, go over all the liveries, and then any final comments that I might have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take this one first, and let's go ahead and pull it out of its bay. Now, I do like the light pattern. I like the kind of old kind of, I want to say it's a nostalgia feeling to it, because my old department that I used to, in the city that I used to live in, actually used this style of light bar. So it is kind of a breath of fresh air, if you wanna call it that. So let's go ahead and do a walk around the vehicle. We do see the red and blue with the amber, just the full out lighting package. I mean, it's all at you, going very fast lighting pattern. Sorry about that, had some technical difficulties right there. Continuing on, we can see the nice intersection lighting with the blue and white flashing right there. We don't see much of an intersection presence. We do have the blue and white, obviously, and then the white flashing in the turning signal bay down here. But we don't have a strong intersection lighting presence like I think that one actually does, but we'll get to that in a second. Coming around to the front, we don't have an amber presence, but we do have the takedowns flashing up top, as well as the red and blue, and the wig-wagging white lights in the turn bays. Now, I will say I do like the use of the takedowns wig-wagging back and forth. I do think that that's a nice little feature. And then if we turn on, let me jump in here. If we turn on the takedowns, I have a feeling that this is very bright, and indeed it is. So this is what you would see if you were being pulled over by this car. Not gonna lie, kind of intimidating. Very lots of lights flashing really fast. very typical of this kind of light bar as well. So we're gonna go ahead and open up all these doors. Trunk, hood, front left is already open, front right, rear left, and rear right. And let's do a walk around of the vehicle. So starting from the trunk back here, we don't see much in the trunk. Kind of actually a very clean trunk. Usually in the trunks we see like some of the electronics, the battery, storage devices, things like that, stop sticks, etc. But on the bumper, we do see the DOJRP.com/LSPD, so that's a little bit of advertising going on right there. Coming around to the back seat, it actually looks like that's some kind of fabric, so it doesn't look like it's the hard plastic that you would typically see in a prisoner holding or a prisoner partition. We can also see the cage right there, and then coming around, we can see a lot of detail being done to the interior. Again, we see that same kind of fabric here in the passenger and driver's seat. We don't see the typical seat organizer or donut box on the floor of the car, but we do see that Panasonic Toughbook with the coffee. So can't get away from that. Obviously, we have the locals on their phone talking as loud as they possibly can. Coming around to the front, we can see the engine bay, not super detailed like we've seen in some other cars. And then coming around to this side, again, the interior is going to be extremely detailed in this car. I do really like it. We can see the watch guard center console there, and just everything coming to life. Very beautiful car. Very nice. Let's get in it, look at all the extras, and then go into the liveries. So let's come over here, go to vehicle menu, trunk, hood, and then let's close the front right and rear right doors. And now let's take a look at the car. Let's go ahead and turn off the high beams because we're not going to need that right now. Now, going on to the extras first. Extra number 1 is going to be our push bar right there, our ram bar, whatever you would like to call it. Ram bar, push bar, it is all the same. So this is going to be I'm trying to get the headlights turned off so that you can see. This is extra number 1. Extra number 2 is going to be, let's see, what is extra number 2? I am not seeing what extra number 2 is doing. Not seeing the difference with the extra number 2. Perhaps I'm missing it. Maybe if you guys see it, obviously, as has happened in the past when I don't see something. If you guys see it, leave a comment down below on what extra number 2 is, and I will correct that. Extra number 3 is going to be the right spotlight for the passenger side. So if you're riding alone, you would probably just use this one spotlight right here. Extra number 4 is going to be the lights in this back bay over here. So we can see the lights right there above the trunk, and then we can see them go away with that extra. So that is going to be it for this vehicle as far as extras go. Moving on to liveries. Livery number 0 is obviously going to be the default Lspd livery. Going on to livery number 1, we can see the City of Vinewood livery. So this is going to be for the Vinewood beat of the Lspd. For those patrolling in Vinewood, you can also see they have their badge there. I believe the logo, I'm gonna correct myself right now with the upcoming vehicles, but I believe the logo for Vinewood and then Del Perro and everything like that is actually different. So again, I'll correct myself here in a second, but this is I like the blue and black kind of feel that this livery has. Going on to the next livery, we have the Port Authority livery. And I might actually be wrong. I don't believe that logo does change at all. So I stand corrected on that. We can see with this livery we get the police on the front hood, and this is obviously a subdivision livery. So this would be for when you are in this subdivision, Port Authority. We can see the Facebook and Twitter logo. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that in any of the other liveries. And then pride, service, and distinction is their motto. Going on to livery number 3. Well, there is no livery number 3. So, sorry, livery number 4. Livery number 1, 2, and 3. And that is going to be it. So this vehicle is only used for Vinewood, Port Authority, and then I guess that would be Metro Patrol. So that is going to be it for this vehicle. Let's go ahead, turn off the lights, and back it into its bay, and we will take out the next vehicle in the list. We can go ahead and park it back there. Thank the mechanic for letting us use that real quick, and then we will pull this vehicle out. Now, this is going to be, again, another CVPI, as you can clearly see. We can already see a much brighter and, I guess, higher volume of lights. In the back, we can see, obviously, the red, blue, and amber effects going on. We have triple layered lights, some lighting in the license plate, lighting above the trunk in that back windshield, and then obviously lighting from the light bar, as well as that lighting from the wig-wagging brake lights. Going around to the side, without the push bar, we do see, sorry again for that, had some more technical difficulties. I do apologize. Coming around to the side, I did take the liberty of adding the push bar back so that we could fully see what the lighting looks like with the push bar. Now, as I was stating with the other vehicle, I do think that the intersection lighting here is more present, even though numerically it's the same amount of lights, 4 here and 4 on the other one facing sideways. I think that this one actually has a more effective presence when it comes to clearing an intersection. Coming around to the front, again, no amber lightings in the front. We can see the lights in that grill, as well as the lights from the light bar itself, and then obviously the wig-wagging white lights in the turn bay. Going ahead and turning on the takedowns, this is what it would look like, and I do think that there's a nice mixture of red and blue, as well as white. Coming around to the side, same thing as the other side, just in blue now. We can see that same amount of lighting on this side, and then coming around back to the back, nothing has changed. Going on to the vehicle extras, there's going to be 3 extras for us to work with today. Extra number 1 is going to be our push bar, which is going to give us that intersection lighting that I was talking about. Without the push bar, we can see that those grill lights are a little less obstructed. We have a full vertical sight of those grill lights. However, with the push bar, we can see those lights start to go away at certain points, like there. So, however, with that push bar, as stated already, we do get that intersection lighting. Going on to extra number 2. Give me a second while I try and find out what extra number 2 does. And I don't believe I am seeing it. If you guys see it, be sure to correct me in the comment section down below. Maybe it's something in here. Not seeing anything. Alright, not seeing what extra number 2 does, but that is not a problem. We will go on to extra number 3, which is going to be the spotlight here on the passenger side. So we can see that going away and coming back. And that is going to be it for the extras for this vehicle. Going on to the liveries. Livery number 0 is obviously going to be the Metro livery. I guess the 2 Mike would be their Metro, or 2 Lincoln. So this is going to be the default livery that the PD uses. Going on to livery number 2 is going to be the City of Vinewood livery. Not much changing from the other livery to this livery. Actually, it's probably exactly the same. Going on to livery number 3 is going to be the Lspd Port Authority. Now, I will say from this view, this vehicle, now hear me out, this vehicle looks a lot like the GTA 4 police cars. This vehicle actually looks a lot like the GTA 4 police cars, now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, continuing on, random thought that I had while looking at that kind of brought back some memories. Going around, again, nothing much changing in the back. We still have that pride, service, and distinction. Livery number, well, it's going to go straight back. So the same liveries for the first Crown Vic is going to be the same liveries for this Crown Vic. So all that really changed was the lighting in the license plate, and again the lighting in the style of the light bar up there, as well as the lights in the grill. And with that said, that is going to be it for this episode of DOJ Fleet Friday. Let's go ahead and back this up into its bay. Thank you very much to the Lspd for allowing us to use this vehicle. Obviously, if you guys join the Department of Justice and end up joining the Lspd, you guys will have to reference the vehicle structure and COC for the Lspd to find out what vehicles you are and aren't allowed to use, as those are constantly changing, and also to prevent from any false information that I may or may not have given during this video. Again, this is not my department, so I do not know everything about the Lspd, so hopefully you guys can forgive me for any mistakes I did make. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and leave a comment down below on what vehicles you guys would like to see next. And as always, I will see you guys next time. This has been your Darren. Deuces.